script for today that started on Monday. And then the script that Dino reads, that the PA announcer reads, that takes another day to develop. So it's a big, huge process. And we are so blessed, I should say, to have a big staff.
Well, it's great to see that, you can see there's always something, as you said before, even in timeouts, whether it be TV timeouts or halftime, that people can be a part of here. And then there's another scene when everyone is greeted when they come into the stadium with, activities for kids on Kids Day and so many different opportunities that people can get to be a part of here at the Blue Cross Arena. Have you seen other organizations come in and say, hey, listen, can we watch you guys for a day?
We have had people come in, other local teams come in. The new team that started this year, the indoor soccer team, watched us what we did last year. What we try to do is create the Razor Sharks experience. We want people to leave not saying, oh, it was just a good basketball game, but what a great time they had. And that helps with people coming back game in, game out. And what we do is try, like I said before, is to integrate our fans with our sponsors. There's always something going on, something entertaining. So besides the basketball, there's something going on during the media timeouts, and that's a lot of. And I want to thank a lot of our sponsors: Canandaigua National Bank, John Betlam Heating and Cooling. There's Bryan and Stratton. As a matter of fact, they're having a little party here today at halftime after one of our Don't Foul Out appearances. Our sponsors really help put the show on, as I should say.
And a great opportunity for people to be a part of the team. I mean, you got Frontier where they could be a part of the team for a half, and half-court shots and different things that they can do when you just simply walk into the arena and be a part of the show themselves.
They can be a part of the show themselves. What you're talking about is the Frontier Communications six-man contest, where somebody gets to sit on the bench with our players for a half. Yeah. Now, the league is very, very helpful in that way, that we could do these kind of things and create that fan experience. Make it so that they are part of the Rochester Razor Sharks. Once again, we have a great staff. They execute everything to the T. Nothing is left unturned. And along with the TV crew and the video scoreboard crew, they do a tremendous job. It's a lot of preparation, and I'm very thankful. And we are very thankful to have such a great organization.
Well, of course, we're thankful for having you here today, talking a bit about what it takes to put this all together and create such loyal fans. Anything you want to say to the fans before we go?
We have the best fans in upstate New York, by far. We are just so grateful. They come in, they call us, they write us, they email us, they give us advice. They are so supportive. And we're thankful for that.
Thank you. Always appreciate
Thank you, Tariq.
that.
Yes.
Rochester Razor Sharks lead at half, 20 points, 57-37. We'll talk about that next. You're watching the Rochester Razor Sharks Broadcast Network. live at the Blue Cross Arena. 20-point lead for the Rochester Razor Sharks, 57-37. Tariq Spence, Tony Scott with you. Tony, 20-point lead for Rochester. This is why they're one of the best in the Premier Basketball League. If you're the Steamers right now, what are you saying at halftime, and how do you come back from 20 points?
One basket at a time. And I know that's a very cliche, but you have to look at it as two games. The first half being the first game, the second half being the second game. And you have to tell your team the same way they were able to get a 20-point lead on us, we can get a 20-point lead on them. We're just that good, and you have to breed confidence in your team and let them know one stop at a time. It starts on the defensive side of the ball. Let's move the ball around. Let's get the ball to our shooters. And let's just begin to just knock down shots, guys.
For the Rochester Razor Sharks, leading scorer actually was in the second quarter. Johnny Mahan, 9 points, 8 for Aaron Williams, who you talked to before the half ended. He didn't even really need to come back into the game in the second quarter. That second tier, the bench players for the Razor Sharks, really picked up in the second quarter and extended the lead from the end of the first quarter.
They really did. They got off a little sluggish, but coach was able to pull them to the side and get them focused in on the energy level, and they were able to pick up where the first unit left off and extend on that lead. They did a masterful job with that.
8 points for Kyle Robbins and Rob Robertson, 7 points for the Steamers. Start of the second half coming up next. 20-point lead for Rochester. Let's see if the Steamers can come back. You're watching the Rochester Razor Sharks Broadcast Network. Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, 57-37. Rochester leading it over Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Tariq Spence, Tony Scott with you as the Steamers and the Razor Sharks giving them a few extra minutes to warm up here after a long halftime that included a shot for $10,000, courtesy of Flix Press. Also, Lady Sharks out here, and then some young dancers out here. I tell you, I'm old. When you see kids being able to do an instant backflip, it's wow.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. It's incredible. So they're going to give some of the players a little extra time to warm up here before we start the second half for the Rochester Razors.